Hello, guys. You're listening to the Mid-State League Weekly Podcast. My name is Willie Stimmage. But before I get started, this just broke. This just came down. We got breaking news. Yes, sir. We got breaking news. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is, guys. It's breaking news. What is that? That's Harvest Prep. 22-0. Perfect season. That's Harvest Prep. Yes. I guess they're happy. I'll be happy too. So, this is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmage. We are covering Harvest Preparatory School athletics, where we keep you giving you the scores, stats, and updates to get you caught up on all things Harvest Prep. Those Warriors they're on the move. So, hey guys, give us a shout out on social media at Twitter at MSL Weekly, on Facebook.com/MSL Weekly. Or hit us up on the IG at Willie Stimmage Photography, or just drop me an email at infoforwillie@gmail.com. That's infoforwillie@gmail.com. Hey guys, our first segment, we'll be talking all things Harvest Prep. Second segment, we'll be giving you scores from around the league, and we're going to finish strong at the rim in the third segment. So hang in there, and it's going to be a good show. Good vibe going on right now with the Harvest Prep. So with that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to dive right into it. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmage.
Student athletes are unique, and so are their sports injuries. They need a level of expertise found only at Nationwide Children's Hospital. Our sports medicine experts offer something adult care providers can't: a complete understanding of the student athlete at 8 convenient locations across Central Ohio. To get your student athletes back in the game and keep them there, start by visiting nationwidechildrens.org/sportsmedicine for more information. That's nationwidechildrens.org/sportsmedicine.
Chocolate milk is the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Not only is it delicious, low-fat or fat-free chocolate milk is a great way to fuel up for any activity. Enjoying nutrient-rich foods like chocolate milk and staying active helps you perform your best on the field, on the court, on the track, or anywhere. Because it's packed with good stuff, few beverages are better to fuel up with than low-fat or fat-free chocolate milk. It tastes great and is packed with the same 9 essential nutrients as white milk. Visit drink-milk.com for the facts on chocolate milk.
I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening?
Okay, guys, we're back. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmage, rocking it out with you tonight for about 25 minutes. We're going to just dive into Harvest Prep athletics. It's been a good week for Harvest Prep. Now, I'll take that back. It's been a good season for Harvest Prep. So, these guys they've been doing what they do, and this is what they do. They just win. They win, no matter what. And you can tell by the 22-0 record that they have this year. They win no matter what. We're going to just rewind this thing back for this past week and just give you the updates on what took place at the Harv, at the cave of Harvest Preparatory School. They started the week out taking on, I think it's Millersport. They beat Millersport 114-43. Oh my God, man. 114-43. I think CJ Anthony led the way with 21 points. Sol Hines had 8. CJ Pena had 14 in that contest. Avante Duncan had 8. Sean Peterson had 12. Brandon Beavers had 13. Ralph Robinson had 2. Isaiah Cumberland had 13. He was big off the bench. Good production from Isaiah. Daniel Nacardo, I keep messing his name up. He had 4 points. Raymond Robinson had 4. Elijah Glenn was big off the bench with 15 points. And your leading scorer, once again, for Millersport was Zane Purvis. He dropped 18 on Harvest Prep. So that was the first game of this week. And moving right along the second game, I think that was Friday. Columbus Dispatch says Harvest Prep buries Fisher Catholic as they celebrate C.J. Anthony's 16th birthday in grand fashion Friday night. The 6-foot sophomore had 35 points. Wow. 5 assists and 3 steals in Harvest Prep 90-39 rout of the visiting Fisher Catholic Irish. They improved their record to it was 21-0 before Saturday. It was a pretty special night for CJ, who went 12 for 17 from the field. He hit 5 3-pointers, and CJ did what CJ normally do, and that's ball. And I guess that's all he know how to do is ball. This guy's clutch. When clutch time roll around, he's clutch. And CJ Pena added 16 points, but he had 7 rebounds. And Cumberland come off the bench with 12 points, which is real crucial at this time of the season. You know, we need that strong bench play. And I keep saying this. I think Harvest Prep bench second unit can beat anybody's first unit. That's just my opinion. I mean, these guys are long. They can shoot. They can rebound. They can crash the boards. They got good guard play. The Beaver, I call him the Beaver. Now, he could really, I mean, I seen him Saturday night. I thought he finna bang one on Pleasant. Man, he got up so high. And, man, I mean, these guys got heart, man. I mean, you know, they played without Sol Hines in this game. He said because of illness, I guess he was sick or something. I didn't know. I wasn't there. This is what the report says. Prep shot 55.3% from the field and hit 8 of 17 3-pointers. And as a Fisher Catholic, they turned the ball over 4 times in the opening minute, but their first contest, they lost 82-60, which is way more competitive than this second outing. This second outing was just trash. They didn't even come to play. And that game was on January 25th, where they Prep beat them 82-60. To give you the rundown on Harvest Prep 90-39 thrashing of Fisher Catholic, Claudio Pena had 16, C.J. Anthony had 35, Sean had 4, Bryce Beavers had 3, Ralph had 4, Isaiah Cumberland had 12, Daniel Nacardo had 10, and Raymond Robinson had 4, Elijah Glenn had 2. And for the losers, Fisher Catholic, Zach Schaefer had 9. He was the only guy in close to double. None of these guys was in double figures. None of them. I think the highest point total was 9 points. So Harvest Prep beat them. And then the game that really came down was Saturday night. This is to my opinion, this game was a real test for Harvest Prep. So I tell you what, Prep this ought to be a wake up call. I know, you know, they come through in the clutch. They know how to come through during adversity. But I tell you what, man, I mean, it is a new season now. Prep's undefeated 22-0. They played Pleasant on Saturday, and they battled back from a 42-33 third quarter deficit to take down the Spartans 66-56. So they won by 3. They won by 10 points, I guess. And this game was a game of runs. I mean, everybody had their spurt. Harvest Prep had their spurt. Pleasant had their spurt. Saturday night was a series of runs that Pleasant jumped out early with a 14-4 lead. And when I seen that score, I said, you know what, Pleasant came to play. And that's why I say you can't sleep on nobody. You can't take nobody for granted. Not in this season here. I mean, it's a new season. I mean, it's just a new season. Just got to come to play now because, you know, the 22-0, you can take that 22-0, take that and put it in a file cabinet, and then you can go by and watch it and look at it, pull it back up after the season over because this now is a new season. It's put up or shut up now. I mean, it's win, you in, and you lose, you go home. You guys know the drill. I mean, I don't have to go through this. I mean, it's just that's the way it is. I mean, I bask in the 22-0. I bask in the 5-peat, but, you know, not at this moment. You know, my focus is on Monday when Harvest Prep take the court in the first round of the first game of the playoffs. And like I said, it's put up or shut up, man. It's you know, we got time for. I mean, we just got time to focus and be mentally locked in on what we got to do in this stretch run. We get to the sectionals. You got games in the district. You got games in the regionals. You got games in the state. So it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a grind. But I think these guys can do it if they would stay focused, if they would stay locked in. So much for the 5 I mean, you celebrated that. So much for the 22-0. You heard the clip I just played. They just celebrated in the locker room. That was Saturday. The day is Monday. Back to the grind. It's back to the grind now. So, that game Saturday was a game of runs. Pleasant jumped out 14-4 in the first quarter, and the above the rim play of junior forward Ethan Warner set the tone early for Pleasant as the 6'6" wing player had 6 points and 7 rebounds in the opening quarter. When this guy came off and caught that offensive rebound and jammed it back in, that kind of ignited their crowd, and it put a silence in Harvest Prep's crowd. I mean, I was even shocked that this guy had hops like that. I mean, he went up, man. He really balled out, man. He really played. However, there's another run. Harvest Prep came with a run of his own. They weren't deterred by this. They came back with a 10-2 run of their own to end the first quarter. Despite that, Pleasant still had a 16-14 advantage after one period. Second quarter, both teams battled back and forth from the first half to the second period. Pleasant went on a 7-0 run as back-to-back buckets from Warner put the Spartans up 27-20 with 2:26 to go in the before halftime. And it was a game of runs. Much like the first quarter, Harvest Prep saved his fury for the end of the period, outscoring Pleasant 9-4 the rest of the way, as a steal and a score from junior guard Brandon Beavers brought the Warriors to a 31-29 deficit heading back to the break. So we're at halftime at 31-29. One of the keys to the game, holding Harvest Prep to its lowest point total of any half this season. Pleasant was about as well as possible. They was real, just focused for the first 16 minutes. Winning the rebound margin and operating patiently on offense, Pleasant relied on 13 points and 9 rebounds from Warner to take the lead. I mean, Ethan Warner was a beast. He was a beast, man. I mean, and then like I said, it says winning the rebound margin and operating patiently on offense. I mean, Harvest Prep was getting killed on the boards, man. But you can't go into postseason play getting killed on the board. I mean, I know that's going to change. I know Coach D is going to change that. One thing I know about Coach D, he watches film and he sees he makes improvements, makes adjustments. And they was getting killed on the boards, man. While it seemed as Harvest Prep had all the momentum, Pleasant quickly took control of the second half, going on an 11-2 run. This game was all about runs. I mean, Harvest Prep had his run, Pleasant had his run. I mean, it was all about runs, but, and that's the way it is. I mean, they went on an 11-2 run in the first 3 minutes of the period. Pleasant led by as much as 9 points as a layup from Gage Williams put the Spartans up 42-33 with 5:06 to go in the third. But quickly, here's another run. Harvest Prep quickly called a timeout, and the Warriors seemed to regroup just for a second. And then they went from back-to-back threes from Brandon Beavers and senior guard Sean Peterson, which helped Harvest Prep cut the deficit to 42-39 with less than a minute to go in the third quarter. And so it was all about making runs. But here's where the momentum shifted at. This is when Harvest Prep turned it up. After scoring 4 points in the first half, CJ Anthony would he was just getting started, knocking down 2 free throws to cut the deficit to a single point. CJ scored on assist on Harvest Prep's next 6 points as the Warriors took a 47-43 lead in the fourth quarter. After losing control of Saturday's game, Pleasant battled hard in the fourth quarter, getting close as 47-45 with 7 minutes to go in the game. However, CJ Anthony controlled the quarter with a strong transition scoring, putting great pressure on Pleasant. The Warriors applied great pressure on the perimeters behind C.J. Anthony and Bryce Beavers, turning tight defense into instant offense. I mean, these guys was like, they were money. And it's like every fourth quarter late, it's like C.J. just go isolated one-on-one, and he just take guys to the bucket. I mean, you know, they hack him, they foul him, but he seemed to get it done. Pleasant again cut the lead to 2, 49-47 with 6 minutes to go. But Harvest Prep, another C.J. Anthony will make another major play, securing a tight, strong offensive rebound. C.J. Pena finished tough throughout contact as a 3-point play put the Warriors up 52-47, I think it was. Yeah, 52-47, and nearly ripped the roof off the gym with 5:53 to go in the game. That play really ignited the crowd. I mean, and that's what, you know, getting that crowd behind you. It's a good thing they was at home, getting that crowd behind you. It was real good. It was a good feeling. Executing in the half court and in transition for the rest of the way, Harvest Prep did not let Pleasant get any closer than 4 points for the remaining of the game. Knocking down free throws in the final minute, C.J. Anthony put the finishing touches on Saturday's win with 2 final charity stripe points. Try to send Harvest Prep into the Division III district tournament undefeated, and that's what happened. Here's a fact for you. Overcoming a disciplined, Pleasant team that played Harvest Prep as tough as anyone this season, the Warriors showed flashes of why they are considered the top team in the state in D3. They are, man. This team is gritty. This team is hungry, and they got ways to go. I mean, it's not over yet, but you keep playing like you're playing. I mean, and for Pleasant, Ethan Warner was absolute monster for 32 minutes on both ends of the floor. I mean, he had some blocks. Man, even Pena was going up for, I don't know if it was a dunk or like a little layup or whatever. He just sent that stuff to the bleachers. I mean, this guy was 6'6". He athletic, he forward who dunked on Harvest Prep defenders and stuffed Pena a few times around the rim. I mean, he was the key. He was the key for them. And then I think these guys are gonna meet again if they actually win their games. I mean, they're gonna actually win again. They'll actually meet again. And I can't wait till these guys. Man, I like good competition. Man, all these 115 to 40 blowouts. I want to see a game like Pleasant Harvest Prep one more time. That was a real entertaining game. I love that game, and that was a real good game. So guys, with that being said, we're gonna take a quick break. Oh man, I just went over my first 10 minutes, but I had to get that out. Harvest Prep really show flashes of why they do what they do. I mean, it's just, you know, they're Harvest Prep. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take you around the league and give you some scores and updates. Hold on, before I go around the league, let me just give you these stat sheets right quick for Harvest Prep Pleasant, which was 66-56. C.J. Pena had 16, Avante Duncan had 3, Christopher Anthony had 19, Sean Peterson had 3, Brandon Beavers had a good 13 points, Isaiah Cumberland had 8, and Elijah Glenn had 4 for Harvest Prep. For Pleasant, Jason Johill had 8, Jacob Harder had 2, Nick Kimmel had 11, Ethan Warner had 23. He just a junior. He's going to be back next year. Bryce Flicker had 2. Gage William had 8. And Patrick Bluham had 2 points. And this was a really good contest. Really good contest. Hey, guys, we can take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to take you around the league. Just give you the scores and updates from around the league. With that being said, this is the Mid-State League Weekly. I am your host, Willie Stimmich. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, this is the Mid-State League Weekly. We are back for your second segment. Give us a hit us up on the IG at Winning Stimmage Photography. Give me a shout out. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, any of those avenues. I want to hear from you. See what you think about this Harvest Prep team. I just want to hear from you. And here's some of the scores from around the league this week. This week's scores. Tuesday, Wellington defeated Burn Union 77-32. And then Grove City lost to Fisher Catholic 73-63. And Bishop Rosecrans defeated Fairfield Christian 75-45. And then Wednesday, Rosecrans took on Burn Union, and they defeated Burn Union 55-43. Friday, there was no games Thursday. I don't see it on the sheet. No games Thursday. Friday, Wellington took on Fairfield Christian, and they beat Fairfield Christian 72-33. And Millersport lost to Grove City Christian 77-39. And then Saturday game, once again, Harvest Prep 66, Pleasant 56. And another game, Bishop Rosecrans was supposed to take on Fairfield Christian, but that game is supposed to be rescheduled for Tuesday, February 20th at 7:30 p.m. Let me give you your final standings for the Mid-State League Cardinal Division. Harvest Prep overall was 22-0. They were 14-0 in the conference. Wellington 17-4. They are 12-2 in the conference. Fisher Catholic is 13-8. They are 9-5 in the conference. Rosecrans is 9-12. They're 6-7 in the conference. Burn Union is 12-9. They're 5-9 in the conference. And Grove City Christian is 8-14. They're 5-9 in the conference. Let's see who else is in here. Fairfield Christian is 7-13. They're 3-9 in the conference. And Millersport is round up the bottom at 4-17. They're 0-13 in the conference. They have not won a conference game this year. They have a good player. I like Zane Purvis. I like his game, but they seem that they cannot win a conference game. So So with that being said, guys, we'll take another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to finish strong around the rim and wrap this up. You've listened to the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmage. Okay, guys, this is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmage, and we're back. And we're going to close this out. We're going to finish strong around the rim as we close this out. Give us a shout-out on all social media. Just type my name in, Willie Stimmage, and you'll find me everywhere. We're getting ready for tournament play. Wow, tournament play is right around the corner. And I got Harvest Prep's bracket right here. Let's see where they're at. Yeah, they'll be in Columbus 1 District in the D3. And the 26th will be, when is the 26th is, let's see here. The 26th is Monday. Okay. So Alpha Centric will be taking on Horizon Science Monday at Alpha Centric. Game time 7 o'clock. Second bracket, Northmore will be taking on Worthington Christian That game is at 7 o'clock at Northmore. Grandview Heights will be taking on Fairbanks at Grandview Heights. That game is at 7:30. And Wellington will be taking on Heath. That game will be at Wellington at 7:30. So that's the 2018 OSHA Boys Basketball D3 District Tournament, District 1, I believe that is. I think Harvest Prep is in Columbus 2 District. Yeah, this is. So let me read that. Let me get these games out to you. First game, Monday, Amanda Clear Creek be taking on Pleasant. Yeah, it's the same Pleasant that took on Harvest Prep, that Pleasant. And that game is at 7 o'clock. That game will be at Pleasant. And then Harvest Prep will be taking on Columbus International at Harvest Prep. That game is at 7 p.m., which is Monday, February the 26th. And Bishop Ready will be taking on Liberty. That game is Tuesday, 7 p.m. at Bishop Ready. Elgin will be taking on Northridge at 7 p.m. Monday, the 26th. And North Union will be taking on Columbus Academy on the 26th, which is Monday, at 7 p.m. So those are your games right there. And then some of the other games, Monday, I think I read all these games. I think Tuesday, the 27th, Delaware Christian is at Millersport. Tuesday, February 27th, Madison Christian is at Fairfield Christian. Tuesday, February 27th, Grove City Christian is at Shekinah Christian. Monday, February 26th, Cardington is at Burn Union. Saturday, that's Saturday, February 24th. No, that wouldn't be. Yeah, Saturday, February 24th, Cristo Ray will be at Fisher Catholic. And those are your playoff games for right there, at that moment there. So that's all I have to cover today. I mean, that's it for me. I've gave you everything I had, so you can be updated on all things Harvest Prep. Hey, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. First of all, I'm going to give a shout-out to the OSHAA and the Ohio Prep Sports Writers Association. Looking forward to going to the meeting this year to learn some new things, ways to get better. I want to thank Harvest Prep Athletics, Mr. Dave Wolf and Coach Dave Dennis, Pastor Rod Parsley, over this Harvest Prep School. We want to thank you guys. We want to thank you, the listening audience. And if you missed the show, you can recap it on YouTube. Hit me up on SoundCloud, on Twitter, Facebook. And these are downloadable podcasts, man. You can actually download them and listen to them again. So with that being said, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Willie Stimmage, and I am out. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday at the same time.